Excerpt 18 brings forth the Bodhi mind, observes all the precepts, firmly abides in them without any transgression, brings abundant benefits to sentient beings, and offers them all the good roots that one has cultivated to help them attain peace and happiness. This excerpt sets the standard throughout our lives for interacting with people and engaging in tasks. Bodhi is Sanskrit, meaning enlightenment. Bringing forth the Bodhi mind means bringing forth the mind to attain enlightenment and be free of confusion and delusion. An ordinary being is called an ordinary being because such a person is confused and deluded. The excerpt also teaches us to interact with people and engage in tasks with a sincere mind. We should not deceive them or act falsely. Sincerity is the Bodhi mind. The Visualization Sutra talks about a mind of the utmost sincerity. This is the nomenon of the Bodhi mind. How can one be truly free of confusion or delusion? Let us observe a truly awakened person. This person has a clear understanding of him or herself as well as the living environment. Understanding is awakening. What is the standard for understanding? The Buddha was a truly awakened person. He is our standard. The Buddha said that the truth of this world is suffering, emptiness, and impermanence. This is the truth of this mundane world. No one can escape from this. This world is filled with suffering, is empty in nature, and is impermanent. We must clearly understand this. When we do, we should abandon suffering, emptiness, and impermanence in this world and seek the state of permanence, joy, true self, and purity. Achieving this, we are truly awakened. The state of permanence, joy, true self, and purity is the state of Buddhas and Bodhisattvas. Buddhism talks about understanding the cycle of birth and death and transcending the three realms. When one clearly understands the truth of life and death and the transmigration within the six paths, one is an awakened person. When one understands the truth, the next step is transcending the six paths and freeing oneself from samsara. This is what Buddhas and Bodhisattvas do. When one is clear about the truth, how should one cultivate? When the Buddha was in this world, which was during the Dharma perfect age, people had high capacities and the majority could succeed in any method that they choose to practice. After the Buddha's time, during the Dharma semblance age, people did not have as high a capacity as earlier. With that, the quality of the Buddha's teachings gradually deteriorated as they were passed down. But it was not that the sutras had degenerated, rather it was the lecturer's interpretation of the sutras that had worsened. As time went by, the lectures on the Dharma became more and more incorrect. Now it is the Dharma ending age, more than 3,000 years after the Buddha's parinirvana. The deterioration has reached a point where we do not know what to do. It gets more and more difficult for us to attain realization from learning and practicing Buddhism. 3,000 years ago, the Buddha knew completely what was going to happen in society today. He did not fail those of us who truly sought transcendence, who truly sought enlightenment. The Buddha, in the Great Collection Sutra, said that in the Dharma perfect age, one could succeed in cultivating by observing the precepts. In the Dharma semblance age, one could succeed in cultivation by practicing meditative concentration, and in the Dharma ending age, one could succeed in cultivation by learning the Pure Land method. The Buddha was telling us, the people of today, that we will definitely succeed in our cultivation if we learn and practice the Pure Land method. The Dharma ending age lasts 10,000 years. 1,000 years have passed, and there are 9,000 years to go. The Infinite Life Sutra says that at the end of that 9,000 years, the Dharma will be lost to our mundane world. The Infinite Life Sutra, however, will remain in this world for another 100 years. At the end of that 100 years, even the Infinite Life Sutra will also be lost to the world, but there will still exist the 6 syllables Namo Amitofo. From this we can see the inconceivable merit of Namo Amitofo. The people who live after the Dharma ending age will be able to attain liberation by relying on Namo Amitofo. Today we have a better chance. Great Master Dao Chuo of the Tang Dynasty was a patriarch of the Pure Land School. During his lifetime, he lectured only on the 3 Pure Land Sutras, and he did so more than 200 times. From this we can see that practicing and propagating only one Dharma door is the perfect Bodhi mind. To understand the cycle of birth and death, one must first know that life is filled with suffering, and that the suffering in future lifetimes will become even worse than in the current lifetime. If one does not want to be reborn in the human path, can this wish be fulfilled? Unless one mindfully chants the Buddha name and seeks rebirth in the Western Pure Land, one's wish may not be fulfilled. Therefore, one must be determined to attain rebirth there in this lifetime. This is the true Bodhi mind. When one has an awakened mind, one's behavior also needs to be awakened. In other words, one should lead the life of an awakened person. In daily life, when one interacts with people and engages in tasks, one's every thought should be awakened, not deluded. The following sutra text is the Buddha's teaching of the correct activities and practice for the bodhisattvas in this world.